Hello, everyone listening and watching. We are in streaming in three Facebook groups. So we're in the membership group, we're in the regular ABA business leaders group, and then we're also streaming in the behaviors network. So if you have any questions about our KPI course, feel free to post them in there. In each one of them, we put the link to the course and then the coupon code. So the coupon code is really simple, KPI in caps, and it will give you $300 off the course until the 20th. And that is for the first 20 people that sign up. So the sooner you sign up, the better to get that discount. And it's good, again, until the 20th. And yeah, so I guess let's begin. All right, so today we are going over the KPI course that we finally are ready to do. So it is going to be 10 live events. The live events have not been scheduled yet. We're waiting for the group, and then we will schedule it once we have the group determine the best time, because we want as much participation in the live events as possible. So we're going to do a vote once the group has signed up. And then we will schedule the live events, but it will begin at the start of May. So the first week of May will be the first course and the first event. And then we will do 10 live events bi-weekly after that for the entire course. We want as much, like I said, we want as much interaction as possible. So we're hoping to get as much participation at the live events as possible, but they will be recorded, and you will be able to view them after the fact, ask questions anonymously after the fact in our training platform. So how does it start? We start off with quality. So we're going to help you create your quality policy. We're going to help you set up your quality team and then come up with your quality statements and the goals that result of that quality statement. So this part is super important. We don't really want to start trying to measure KPI until we have a quality team in place with our quality policy and our quality goals. The next thing we're going to do is measurement system analysis. So just as important as having quality goals is collecting the right data. So we want our data to be repeatable and reproducible so that it meets our quality goals. So if we're gathering data, different people are doing it, and it gives us different results, then we're not really sure what we're measuring, and we can't really verify that we're providing quality anything with inaccurate, unreproducible data. After that, we're going to go through statistical process control. And so we're going to learn how to minimize errors, manage risk, and continuously improve. Just like any other quality system, we're going to want to continuously improve. So as we make changes or we see differences in data, we'll take that information and then we will change our systems to improve our data collection and our policies. And how are we going to do this? This isn't going to just be some generic key performance indicators class. We're going to use real world ABA business specific examples, and we'll walk you through creating your own unique KPI. So we'll go through each one of these, but alongside of it, we're going to use real examples, real ABA business examples that we feel are a great starting point. And then you can then customize them. And again, we're looking for as much interaction in these live events as possible. So you'll have plenty of opportunity to take ours or make your own and then ask questions to kind of determine.
Yeah, I mean, even learning from each other, right? Like
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys are, I know, going to come with some really great ideas and that we haven't thought of, and then you can share those with each other as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the final piece of it will be additional resources. So we'll review other resources that can be purchased to decrease the time it takes to implement KPI, like our satisfaction surveys, behavior tech checklist, things like this. That you may already have in place and you don't need, but these will be additional resources that we'll review, and there will be discounts for anyone that signs up for the course on that. And that really is it. That's super quick. But again, this will go over 10 1-hour live events. And they will start at the beginning of May. And the live events, again, will be determined by the group so that we get as much interaction in the live events as possible, because we just feel like that's really important to come to these live events and really take advantage of the time that we have. And like you said, April, work together as a group to really kind of understand how to measure KPI and how to move forward once you have those quality goals in place. And then the other piece, which I forgot to put in there, but we're also going to be talking about, okay, now that I have my KPI, I want to use these quality goals to incentivize my leadership group, or my BCBAs, and how do we do that? Because there's a lot around that as well, about making sure that we're measuring the right things, and we're not getting lost in the numbers, and we're focusing on the intention of the numbers. But that's it. Do you have
Yeah,
anything
I
else to add?
mean, I think that when I first started hearing about this, because I don't think I'm alone, and the sense of when I was a business, like a ABA business owner myself, there were a lot of things in the business world that I had to learn, right? Like I didn't have that going into it. And I think some of the other um, business leaders that I talk to like feel the same. Like they're really
Right.
like just out there. That's part of why a lot of you guys come to see, like come to follow stuff that we put out, just to learn more about like the business end of things. And so, but so some of these things can feel like kind of overwhelming and like a really big project, or maybe that's like something for later. um but it really is. It's as I learn more and more about it, there's so many similarities to how we shape our like clients programming and setting up goals and collecting data and tracking and making sure that we're tracking what we want to be tracking, and that we're collecting data correctly and like IOA, and have like clear definitions. Like I don't, it just like there was a lot of similarities, and like I learned a lot of new terminology and a lot of new ways to use some of what I already know in ways that I never thought about
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So yeah, so it I think it's like really super helpful, and it's a great place to start. It's like we're really trying to keep it at like beginner level as much as possible. And then as we, go from there, we can start adding even more detail and helping to support an even more like in-depth way, like as you get the first level started, the first step started. And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. I think it could be very helpful. It's a way to measure if you're providing quality services.
Quality services, and then the sustainability of your practice. So we're looking at both of that:
Yeah,
quality
I
of
look at the
services,
financial piece
yeah,
as
and the
well. Yeah.
financial piece. So you'll have both sides of it: the clinical side and the business side, and how you measure. And then, like April said, like this will be kind of the basics. We want to start off slow, right? We're only going to look at 3 measures, because if you look at 25, you just drop all of them. That's been my experience. So getting
Especially if you're
3,
a smaller
yeah,
business, you really don't have
absolutely,
time for
yeah,
all of
yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
like these 3 measures that we go over, well, review the financial sustainability of your practice, and then the quality of your services, and that's really the where we want to start, right? And then you can kind of branch out from there as you gain confidence in keeping up with these goals.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I was gonna say something else, but it kind of left. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I was going to say more about the interactive live classes. So most of them are going to be presentations where we are teaching and delivering the information, offering for parts of interaction where we like, bring up an item like a thought, like, or do you guys have any ideas, or have you seen this in your own practice, or how would you measure this, or like some very interactive pieces throughout like the lecture type portion of it. But then we're also going to have a couple, we're not quite sure exactly how many yet, but a couple just like Q&A, live coaching, whatever, like workshopping, however we want to use it, like open sessions in there as well. And then we decided to do it like every 2 weeks to give more time in between to like digest the information and do a little homework, and to come back for the next session. So yeah, so we hope it's really we've like taken some feedback from some of the previous cohorts that we've done, and or Steven's done. I wasn't working with him at the time he did his last cohort, but and trying to take some of that feedback and what we've learned from some of our other courses and make it something that would be really valuable and meaningful for you guys as you're growing and starting and growing your ABA businesses. So let me just check and make sure I'm not missing any. Yeah, I don't think we have anything on here, any live questions at this time. But if you guys have any questions, just reach out to us, and we have the link to the website where you can go to purchase the course and the coupon code in the comments. And then I guess for
so anybody listening to this is a podcast, we will upload the link it'll be in the comments of the more details of the podcast. So the link to the course and then the coupon code. Again, it's just all uppercase KPI, and that will save you $300 on the course until the 20th of April for the first 20 people that sign up. So please take advantage of that.
And I guess your website is 3pi2squared.com, and it's like 3 and then pi squared written out. .com, and then
just click on courses if you want to go that way. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, and feel free to comment on these live videos if you have any questions on the course itself, and we hope to see you there.